Thank you, Aaron, and hello, everyone. By the way, I love your bow tie. Just had to put that out there. My name is Eddie Wolfe. I'm an audit manager with RSM, the nation's leading provider of audit, tax, consulting, focused on the middle market. I'm delighted to be here to support Tech United, our clients, and our community. Being a part of the Tech United community is important to RSM. We've been helping technology clients both locally and globally address and improve their performance through the most challenging business cycles and achieve success. Now, before I move on, I need to address your question, correct?
Correct.
I got tasked with the question of, in 25 years, will offices convene in the metaverse? My answer is yes. I do not think the physical office space will be done away with. However, virtual meetings already take place, WebEx, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, to name a few. So with that being said, I think the metaverse is going to kind of revolutionize the tech industry, where meetings will start as 2D images, transform, develop into 3D avatars, replicating the feeling of being in an actual room with people. And you could all agree or disagree. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
I think the guy in the audience from Meta is very happy you're on stage right now. There is a guy in the audience from Meta, but you can find him later. Continue.
I am honored to present the next award. The Catalyst of Leadership Award is presented to a member of the C-suite, an established corporation or enterprise known for pushing their teams to their fullest potential to achieve the best results possible. Please welcome to the stage the Renaissance man himself, the 2022 winner of the Catalyst of Leadership Award, Shawn O'Sullivan, Managing General Partner of SOSV.
All right. So thanks so much for this award. Thanks to RSM for your support for the Tech United, and thanks to Aaron for putting this event together. I have to say it's inspiring actually to hear the speakers that have come before me. I find that the purpose of life in general is to, find meaningful things to do with your time and leave a life of purpose. And part of my purpose actually revolves around my lovely wife and family. My lovely wife is in the back corner there. Could you stand, Tish?
Who also brought her A game on the creative cocktail attire.
You can see the fascinator on her head is actually a cocktail glass, so that counts for something. And in that same corner is another part of my meaning and purpose, which is some of the leaders of Hacks USA, which is based here in Newark, New Jersey, just started a major new effort from SOSV, and also IndieBio New York, the leaders of those two enterprises. So thanks for recognizing SOSV. I'm an engineer, and as my wife says, I see the world as two kinds of people, engineers and useless people. I actually divide up engineers into two types of engineers as well. There's the introverted engineer and there's the extroverted engineer. And so you probably know that the difference, but just in case you haven't heard, the introverted engineer, when they're talking to you, they're looking at their feet. And of course, an extroverted engineer is looking at your feet when he's talking to you. So I found it hard when I was launching my first business to actually, know anything about how to start a business. And so what I have found, as many of the other people in this community have talked about earlier, is that creating a successful entrepreneurial venture is about, yes, somewhat about capital, and a lot about community. And by merging both, by taking the expertise that is in this room, I know many of you are living lives of significant purpose by devoting yourselves to entrepreneurship and devoting yourselves to lending a hand to entrepreneurs as they're getting started, like I was when I was starting 21, starting my first company, knew nothing about how to run a business, knew nothing about cap tables, knew nothing about raising money, but I was a good engineer. And we built a company, a couple $100 million in revenues. It went public when I was 28. If you've ever typed an address on a computer and seen a street map, like to get here tonight or something, that's what we invented back then. I also coined in another company, I coined the term cloud computing. Some of you have probably used that and blamed me for the outages here on the Kahoot game. But the truth is that from a small group of people, great things can happen, great leadership can come. SOSV is actually headquartered here in New Jersey. We have 140 staff around the world. We are backing through Hacks Newark 100 hardware companies over the next 5 years. We'll be putting initially $250,000 into them as they first go through the program, and then following on with about another $75 million. And Kathleen, yes, thank you, Kathleen Coviello. And then for every $100 million that SOSV invests, about $2 billion is invested into the companies that come through our program, and that's every year. So Kathleen, thank you for bringing us to New Jersey. It was really through her efforts that we landed up in New Jersey and through the leadership of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. And thank you all for the work that you're doing in supporting the community here tonight.
Thank you, Shawn.
What does catalyst mean to you?
Well, as an engineer, I know a catalyst is a substance which is used to create a reaction out of generally inert objects, or to create more of something, more of an activity than would have gone on without the catalyst.
What would your team say is your best quality?
I am constantly, this is probably what they would also say is my worst quality, I'm constantly reinventing things. So we are constantly changing things out.
What is the business tool you cannot live without?
Spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets. Oh. What's the one thing people underestimate about New Jersey?
How lovely it is to live here. It's a beautiful community, beautiful environment, wonderful, smart people. It's just a great place to live and a great place to grow up and have your kids grow up.